How to avoid behaving like a stepchild when you're God's child. In Luke 15, Jesus tells a story about a father and two sons. Most of the time, we focus on the younger son, the one who ran away, wasted his inheritance, and came home to forgiveness. But today, I want to talk about the older brother. The one who stayed. The one who did everything right, yet still missed the heart of his father. This brother shows us what it looks like to live like a stepchild when you're really a son. He was in the house but didn't act like he belonged. He had access to everything but lived like a stranger. And if we're honest, sometimes we do the same thing. So how do we stop acting like stepchildren and start living like sons and daughters of God? First, don't stand outside the celebration. When the younger brother came home, the father threw a party. Music, dancing, joy, but the older brother wouldn't go in. He stood outside, arms crossed, refusing to celebrate. How many of us do that? God moves in someone else's life, blesses them, restores them, and instead of rejoicing, we sulk. We question why they get the celebration when we've been here the whole time. But that's stepchild behavior. A true child runs into the party because their father's joy is their joy. Second, when the father comes to you, don't resist him. The father didn't just celebrate the younger son, he went outside to plead with the older one. That's grace. Even when we're bitter, even when we're wrong, God still comes after us. But the older brother argued. He let his anger drown out his father's voice. How many times has God called you deeper, but you were too busy complaining to hear him? Too focused on what you didn't get to see what you already have? Third, stop serving God like a slave instead of a son. The older brother said, "All these years I've been slaving for you." Did you hear that? Slaving. Not serving out of love, working like an employee expecting a paycheck. Some of us treat God the same way. We think obedience earns blessings. We keep score. But that's not how a child acts, it's how a servant who doesn't know they're loved acts. A son doesn't work for inheritance. He already owns it. Fourth, kill jealousy before it kills your joy. The older brother was furious. You never gave me even a goat, but this son of yours gets the fattened calf. Jealousy blinds you. It makes you forget what you already have. The father said, "Everything I have is yours." But the older brother acted like he had nothing. Are you doing that? So focused on what someone else got that you're missing what's already in your hands. Jealousy is poison. It turns celebration into resentment. And it will steal your joy if you let it. Finally, step into your inheritance. The older brother wasn't left out because his father rejected him. He was left out because he rejected his place as a son. God isn't withholding from you. He's saying, "You are always with me. Everything I have is yours." So stop standing outside. Stop working for love you already have. Stop letting jealousy rob you. You are not a stepchild. You are a son. You are a daughter. The house, the feast, the inheritance, it's all yours. So walk in. Sit down. And start living like the heir you really are.
Liberty Hill, living the Bible together through education, missions, and ministry.